Hello. Hello, everyone. Good Sunday. It is me, your host, Raven. Just making sure the camera is working. Have to wait twice. And now, let's get to it, shall we? I believe I have all of my ingredients in here. The camera pointed down a little bit to show. It's a bit too much. There we go. Right. So, this time around, we're actually going to be doing 2 dishes instead of 1 because the main meal is just too short and quick. And that's not as fun to watch if this was a 5-minute stream. So, what are we actually going to do? We're going to do 2 things. And they are, first we're going to be making a soup, which in Portugal is called Caldo Verde, and it's a very simple and delicious soup. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish ingredients, one of them being olive oil, and another one being just bread side. And the other one is a fish dish that not everyone might enjoy, but here's hoping. It's called Brás cod, or in Portuguese, Bacalhau à Brás. This one is really simple and easy to make, especially nowadays, so we will be saving it for last. Now, what do we actually need for the soup? So, for the Caldo Verde, we need the kale that I requested. This is easily obtainable at any supermarket in Portugal. It's just chopped and washed kale ready to go. It makes your life a whole lot easier if you have this. If not, well, you're just gonna have to buy kale separately and then chop it yourself. The next ingredient is an onion, check. Then is garlic cloves, also check. And then you need potatoes and the chorizo, also check. Chorizo, we're only going to actually use 1 of these instead of 4, but this was the cheapest bag available at the supermarket. Further than that, you don't really need all too much, just olive oil and salt to taste. If you want to, you can side this with bread. It goes really well with it. So, let's get going. We have our olive oil here. And please do note that Portuguese olive oil has a distinct, much darker color to it than usual. That's because it's good. It's a lot better than what I've had in the UK, at least. Like, miles better. Right. This pot is probably a little bit too big. However, this is what I'm going to go with. And it's not going to take a lot of liquid, but it will take a good amount of olive oil because we want some extra browning, or rather some extra flavor on the broth. So, first things first, you can see our workspace is a little bit cluttered, and that is because I wanted to show off all the ingredients. This is cod. It's for the second dish, and it's frosted, shredded frozen cod. That's why it looks like this, because it has been defrosting over the afternoon. It still has some water to it, so unfortunately we have to do it like this. Now, let me tidy up this a little bit. Move this away. We don't need a chorizo just yet. This is high binary. This are the fried potatoes that I asked for. We can also find this easily pretty much anywhere, I would assume, nowadays, because this is almost a staple to cooking. Here it's usually a side for other things, like hot dogs or hamburgers, if you prefer it like that. Then you can use it in other things as well. In here, we actually use it as a part of cooking, and I will demonstrate how afterwards. Our eggs, also for the second dish. Okay, so let's get going here. I'm going to move the plates over to somewhere else. You know what? The plate can stay here chilling, because it's not taking up that much space. And in the meantime, we have our knife, which I've left in the living room, as usual. We got our knife here. This is for soup, so you don't really need to cut this all too much. You just get the tops and bottoms off, you peel it, it would be nice if the onion was cooperating. Time to take a break from cooking to do your squats. What, did you get a squat redeem going? Yep, you redeemed 20 squats. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I should have disabled these for the stream. Curse you. Again, this is just for soup. You don't need to chop them all too thin, so I'm just going to chop them in half like this, and then in half again, and you have 8. So in it goes. Feel free to turn the heat on. Let's set it to low. And I'm sorry for the noise. This has to go on. Now, this soup only needs 1 onion. So, while that browns, what we're going to do here is prep the other 2 onions while we're at it, because why not? And these, you hear no noise? Amazing. Oh, that's the wrong cabinet. If you don't hear any noise, let me put it louder. Hopefully you still don't hear it, but... Now, this onion does actually need to be minced. Yeah, I did. Hey Zalty, welcome on in. This one was at a slightly better hour for a Sunday, I suppose. Oh, normally it's on Saturdays, but at that point more people are busy. Usually Sunday is the more chill day. So, Jesus Christ, that reverb? Well, I'm sorry. So, chopping the onion. Hopefully this is in view. Is it? Let me see. Yeah, it is. That's half. Oh, this one is stinging. This onion is angry at us, like clearly so. Goodness me. I don't think this will be enough for both onions. Raven does not kick my ass. Chat is going a little bit too quickly. Oof, this one has me in tears. Just slow. Okay. bit of skin in here. We don't want that. Excuse me, Miss Onion. Seems we'll be able to actually fit all the onion into this bowl after all. Oops. Put the knife down while we do this. Hey, it all fit in. Guru 30. I think you still have a little bit to catch up to me. Okay, the onion is ready. So we're going to put it here to the side, and we're going to get what's going on with the garlic because we need one for this spot. Now, if memory serves me correctly, this recipe only calls for one. Let me just check the book. No, this one is two. The other one is the one that asks for just one. So, how do you peel garlic? Cut the bottom, cut the top, knife sideways, give it a smack, another one for good measure, and a few more. And then it just peels right off. If it hasn't peeled off, means you didn't hit it hard enough. That just goes in. And now we need another two, so let's do the same. This bastard of a garlic is already growing, which is not good. Jesus Christ, that noise? I'm not sure which noise you mean. Has two sensitive ears. Oh man, I could just sprout the most racist joke right now. The bass? Do y'all hear it? I'm not sure they do. Zolty, are you sure you're not hearing things? Broken headset. Okay, now. Let's give that a stir. The onion is coming apart really nicely, which is good. We want that. And while that does its thing, we're going to go ahead and peel the potatoes. I forgot to mention this ingredient. This is black olives, which I don't really like, but they're necessary for garnish. Also, hi Bina. I couldn't find my usual peeler, so we're just going to use this old school one. Are y'all ready for the usual high-octane action of watching me peel potatoes? Here we go! Ah, don't worry, Bina. None of them are mean people. So messy. Fire force noises? The fuck? Are you okay? Only thing missing, say, fuck off! That's for when we have the next stream that involves meat, because I'll be rubbing that meat. Just missing the small one. Remember, guys, size doesn't matter. It's how you use it. And then you take a sniff from your copium tank. Size doesn't matter. Family-friendly content? I never advertised my content as family-friendly. I'm not sure. My mom watches, and so does my coworker, but I never pronounced this stream to be family-friendly. Don't put words in my mouth, please. Thank you very much. My mom is family-friendly? Questionable? Alright, thank you very much for dropping by, Zaldi. Enjoy your movie. Okay, potatoes are in. Now let's go and measure the water. Actually, we want like a liter of water. A little bit more never hurt anyone. And we crank up the heat. So we just leave it like that. I'm going to throw a stick of chorizo in. Sorry. Kitchen enhancements. Yup. This is my favorite thing in this kitchen, is the fact that the tap is bendy and stretchable. Supreme cooking utensil indeed. Fun fact about scissors, they're a staple in, I think it's Vietnamese gastronomy. They're actually used for eating. So this goes in just like that. In the meantime, let's go grab a lid. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it is. Thank you very much. There's a bit of onion on the floor. We are going to go ahead and get the bin so I can dump all of the trash in it. Hello, welcome to stream. Thank you for the follow. Hello world. Right, so we have to wait until cooking French stuff? No, Portuguese. While we have to wait for this to boil and cook, we can get started on a few other things. Namely, let's get... yeah, sure, DM it to me on Discord. We're going to get the eggs and get those beat. A quick description of the dishes. One of them is essentially a soup with, in this pan here, you have garlic, onion, and potato, also a stick of chorizo boiling away. Once the potatoes are cooked, we remove the chorizo, we blend it, add in thinly cut, or, well, yeah, thinly cut kale, and then you let the kale itself cook, making the soup green with the kale floating about, and you serve it with the chorizo sliced. The other one, quite simple. Onion, garlic, shredded cod, and then it's wrapped in thinly cut fried potatoes and egg. That's wonderful, yeah. Okay, so let's get those eggs going. For this part, I do sincerely recommend that you guys either lower your volume or, I don't know, mute it. Because this is going to get loud once I start beating the eggs. I'm no Uncle Roger, so I'm actually going to use a whisk. You want to, yeah, an egg beater. Ah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Lamai. The hell? Oh, there's only 6 yolks inside. Okay. I thought it was pasta. Is that a cloth? Wait, where's the cloth? Raven Jackson just beat it. Damn. With the connotation that we have for that name, it's not even an insult. It's not even a compliment, it's just an insult. Shake my head. Okay. Slightly move this so I can push them further. Let's get the eggs out of the way, eggshells rather, out of the way first. Actually, before I wash the knife, let me do something else with it because I still need it. Just gonna wipe my hands real quick, and then I'm not sure you guys still remember the little pot of parsley we had since last stream. It's still alive-ish. That has to keep boiling. As you can see, our lovely parsley plant can still produce some lovely green bits, leaves. Exactly what I was looking for. Okay, let's get that down a little bit to save on energy. And then we're going to go ahead and grab a little something to hold the parsley in. Strain this again. Oh, it smells so nice. Now, you don't want this parsley to be, like, too chopped. You just want a little bit. So, if you get a few slightly bigger pieces, that's completely fine. I just touched raw fish that was previously frozen, yes. And I will be washing everything in a moment. That's completely fine. Also, what's the problem with raw fish? Cross-contamination of what? Are you thinking of meat? No, raw isn't raw just like that. Remember, you can't eat raw fish. That's what sushi is. Don't worry about it. I am. Okay, the knife can stay at the back for the time being. We will need it, but later. I just washed it, I just had to poke the chorizo. That's fine. Fake skin, shake my head. Okay. Let's move this a little bit. This also needs to get moved. Okay. And we can give this a quick little wash. Oh, wait. Dishwashing ASMR, anyone? Oops. Okay. This board is really heavy. Alrighty. And our things can return. Ah. I'll need to put some oil on the board later. Okay. I could have also just used the smaller trays for this. Do you guys want a close-up of the pot? Thank you very much. Have a good shower. I'm going to try and put you guys closer to the pot. Let's see. Oops. Get it? I wager this will be a little bit more entertaining to watch. Not cooked yet. Can stare at my mitt for the time being. Right, so let's get a serving platter. I think this one should be big enough, hopefully. Okay, now, see what I'm going to do while we wait. I'm going to unlit it and raise the flame. So you guys have something to look at while I go away and start setting the table. Because the previous times were not during lunchtime or anything, but this one is. Entertaining stream, 10 out of 10. Well, okay. Let's get on to the next step of this. Which involves, first and foremost, finding the remaining bit of this. Well, what do you know? I can't find it. Psych! I found it. So, here's how I'm going to proceed with this one. I'm going to mute myself, and then I'm going to get the soup. Well, lids, of course. First I need the stove off. Plug it in. Now, I need an important part, which is removing the chorizo to the side. In this case, let's move it onto a plate. This is the skin of it, I believe. It stretched and it began. The skin just fell apart. It's fine. It's edible. It looks horrible, but it's edible. So let's leave the chorizo in the fridge because otherwise it will just disintegrate when I try to cut it. Now is the part where I mute myself. Give me a second. Okay, that's done. And now, safety first. Unhook it, unplug it, and the mechanical arm goes back into storage. If it's dirty, obviously wipe it down. You can't wash it because it has electronic components, so be careful. This bit you will just rinse off and then you can throw it into the machine. Doesn't matter too much. Into top. I just noticed we forgot something. Very important. Salt. We forgot salt. And now that is going to boil for a little bit longer with the kale. Ah, damn. It seems we did not get all the hard bits. That's not too bad. Now, we turn this on again. This time on low. I'm going to add in a little bit of water because I don't think it has enough. Okay, there we go. And now that is going to boil for a little bit longer, and we're going to finish, or rather complete, the rest of dinner. I'm going to exchange this one onto the side so I can get this in your main view. Okay, now let me lower the camera even a little bit further. This is going to be where we prepare our pot. It's a cast iron pan, so I'm going to let it heat up slowly. In the meantime, I'm going to get the olive oil. Normally, you do not cook with olive oil, but these recipes specifically ask for it because that's what we had at the time. Well, I say we, but I mean the Portuguese. Also, Silva Fox, thank you for the follow, mate. I did not notice. I need to get a Bluetooth audio or something. Okay, let's get the onions in. Oh my god, that's bright as shit. Yeah. The onions and garlic can go in. In hindsight, I should have chopped the garlic, it's still not too late to do that. Apologize for that mishap. We don't want anything on the walls, otherwise it might just burn. How is everyone else in chat doing? Glad to hear. How's my tossing skills? Okay, it's currently 7 p.m. Check on the soup. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that onion is translucent enough, so let's add in the cod. This cod, once it starts cooking, it's going to shred a lot more. Right now, it's still raw, probably a bit frozen still, so it's going to take a little bit. You know what else the soup doesn't have yet? Pepper. I think the camera has a little bit too much brightness to it going on. Let me see if I can correct that. Okay. It's a little bit darker now. That's still a very weird light. Okay, I'm going to turn the soup off because it's done, in my opinion. And then once it's time for serving, we remove the chorizo from the fridge and we slice it in like half a finger slices, probably a little bit less than that. Right now we need to do away with all this water here from the cod, which is annoying me to no end. And I don't want to risk burning it. I feel like I've left... I made the most exciting recipes at the start. Let me just put brightness where it was before. Why is it allowing me to select the text if I can't write over it? It's so stupid. Okay, we return it to what it was before. And we just turn off the light again. Oops, no. Okay, the cod is getting fully cooked. So it's coming apart a little bit nicer. And there's also an invader here. There's an imposter. Fishbone. No bueno. Made it back on time. Welcome back, hon. Right. With this recipe, you want to make sure of one thing. Don't add salt. You can add anything else, but don't add salt. The cod is already salty AF, and the chips we're adding in, the crisps that we're adding in, already have salt as well. Hey, Sparta man! So, we're going to crack in the pepper. Let me just lower the heat a little bit. Pepper is enough when my wrist gets tired. Okay, now for this step, we're going to actually move the camera back into position. Oh. Yes, if we wanted salt, we should have just gone to a league match. Say hi to yourself, Jack. It's the eggs, ignore it. You ain't seeing anything. Okay, so for now, now we can turn the lights back on. Okay, we're good like this. Now, this may seem slightly excessive, but this is what the recipe is like. And we have 2 more to stick it in. I actually don't think I'm going to stick another one in, even though there's 2 more. At least for now. This crisps need to soften up a little bit. Oh, it smells so good already. Okay, now it's softening up. On hindsight, I'm not sure if our platter is going to be big enough. I'm going to add 1 more and then see. Though I'm probably keeping myself to just 2. There's a lot of crackling at the start when you're trying to stir this because the crisps are still very much, well, crunchy. But as time goes on, the fish releases even more steam. They start getting softer. They stop cracking so much. I want them to soften up a little bit further before I add in the eggs. Just a little bit of water. Okay. Let me get some steam going. It looks good. It is really good. Yes. You'll get to see an up close soon. I don't like these, but we're going to need a few. Okay, now that that's pretty much done, what we do here is, in sound warning, you kill the heat and you pour the eggs in. Then you gotta move fast. You just really gotta you have to stir it in real nice. Everyone has to get to know each other. And now here's the hard part. Do I have enough string for this? Oops. Come on. That's a large serving. Now we take our parsley. We have a little bit too much parsley, but that's okay. I would love to know why this spoon is bent out of shape. Okay, that's enough. And here we have it. This is now complete. In all its glory, Bacalhau à Brás, or in English, Brás cod. Now, I'm going to move this onto the table in the living room. Não tem mais espaço. Okay, now, if it only weren't fish, I will make it for you once, and then you tell me if you don't enjoy it. Now, let's lid this up again. And now, we're going to grab the soup and make a bowl, as it's meant to be served. Okay, so here's how you do. You get a bowl. You get the chorizo out. Right, I'm feeling generous, so we're getting two. You plop in the slices of chorizo, and then olive oil. And you do a little bit of a drizzle. Normally, you also side this with bread, but here you go, guys. Our very own Portuguese Caldo Verde. And I actually don't remember what the name of this is in English anymore, so we're not going to use it. Take your time, Bean, and we're actually just done. Well, and now I am going to enjoy my food, and I will leave you all to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you very much for coming. I will see you again when I next go live. Next cooking stream should be in 2 weeks' time, but we will see. It might be 1, it might be 3. Until then, bye-bye.